Hello, hello, and excuse me, happy Thursday. As soon as I start talking, I always have to then clear my throat. I'm so sorry. All right. Today, if you watch my video from Tuesday, we did something with the Merry Christmas stamp set, and we did a tissue paper background and embossed it, and it was really cool. Excuse me. Today, I'm going to do, we're going to actually create a couple cards on the fly. I'm going to show you one, and then we'll create that one, and then we'll create a couple others. Just easy peasy. This stamp set, I mean, it pretty much says what you want to say right here. So if you need quick and simple cards or last minute Christmas cards, or maybe you want to make some for a gift for somebody, these would be so easy to use. And I'm going to show you one right here. Now I used, oh my gosh, and I forgot to look what the name of this embossing folder is. I will look it up so you all know. I used it, and you could use any embossing folder as far as that goes. And then I die cut with the, excuse me, branching out dies. I love these dies. These dies are awesome. And stamped the Merry Christmas and, you know, just pretty much attached it. I didn't do anything on the inside of this one. You could if you wanted, and then I just added some red bling and a little bit of bow, and look at that. Quick, simple card, like I said, that you could make so many very quickly. So let's go ahead and start with that one. The other two we're going to make, we are going to be using some Designer Series paper. Again, quick, simple cards, but I just want to show you how easy it is sometimes to put some cards together that we don't need to you know, spend 30, 40 minutes, an hour, sometimes 2 hours putting a card together. All right. Whoops, let's not stamp it upside down. Not that it would have mattered. I probably could have flipped it, but you know. Hopefully did I die cut? Yes. So the size, excuse me, the size I chose, it just barely fits, and I'm trying not to get my head in here. And we're just going to stamp the Merry Christmas in real red. Easy peasy. Now, if you wanted to, you could go around the edges of this and add some ink. I am keeping it pretty simple only because I'm using a white card base on top of it, and I was thinking that this is the pad that comes apart on me all the time. I was thinking that, now I forgot what I was going to say. I got distracted by my own stamp pad. This is my old one. I have 2 of them, but I haven't even unpacked from my class from Wednesday at the Stille Valley. It's just been one of those days. I came home, did get unloaded, but I had to wait in between torrential downpours to finish unloading, and then I just brought it all in, and by that time it was like, I'm done. So I had other things to do anyway, like pack. I will be out of town the next couple weeks. I'm hoping to maybe get at least 1 video a week done, but we'll see what I can do. I will be sharing, at least on Facebook, I'll be sharing some Stampin' Up! Stuff, because we always have great videos about kits and new product. And since we have new product out there, I will be sharing some of those. So if you only follow me on YouTube, you may not see stuff for the next couple weeks. If you follow me in both places, you will see some stuff maybe out on Facebook, unless I get a whole bunch of stuff done between now and when we fly out on Sunday. So we'll see. I'm hoping I got my hands clean enough. All right. So my point is that I still haven't unpacked. I need to unpack. All we're going to do is attach this to here. You could pop it up. Maybe we'll pop this one up. So let's go ahead and attach this one to our card base. And I'm using the, this piece here is 4 by 5 1/4. Again, embossed. And I'll look up what the name of that embossing folder is. I forgot. And then it's going on a thick, basic white 5.5 by 8.5 card base, just our standard card base. Let's put it on straight. As I said, let's put it on straight, Debbie. I plopped it down there crooked. It happens. some days I feel like it's just my eyeballs are not wanting to cooperate. And I do need to go get new glasses, but haven't done that either. I almost thought I was going to have to do it because I almost stepped on them yesterday. That would have been a tragic thing because I would not have got them by the time I left. Okay. Gosh, I didn't need to make that so difficult, right? All right, let's see. Let's get some dimensionals. And I don't have any big ones open, so I'm just going to grab what I have here. Oh, I'm into a new one. Look at that. All right. Take your pick tool. Let's pop this baby up. And I'm going to show you how quick it is. I mean, if you have a Stamparatus, oh my gosh, you could whip these out even quicker because you could just lay this down on the Stamparatus. Stamp, 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 you know, whole bunch, and then just assemble. And I also think this is, when you see the next two, we're going to use Designer Series paper. They will be a great way to use up. Let's say you have some retired packs of Designer Series paper, but you don't have very many of each sheet left or something like that. If you have enough to make a couple cards, then you're still switching it out as to, you know, what you're making. They're going to look a little different, but still easy peasy to put together. All right, there's that. I am hoping to get at least a video done because I'm going to showcase the, it's called Most Wonderful. It is a holiday stamp set that is in the annual catalog, actually, and I think probably overlooked by most people. It's the bonus class I'm using for my monthly club, so I did manage to get those done. They are still in the voting dates. I think today's the last day to vote for monthly club, but if you're interested in monthly club, you can always shoot me a message, email, any of those things and find out. But it's $39.50. You get the supplies to make 5 projects, 2 of each. You get $15 to $20 in product every month, and you get to vote on a bundle. We have a private Facebook group. Everything gets mailed out on or around the 25th of the month. That's the basics. So I am using this, what are these called? The Traditional Sparkling Sequence, and I'm almost out of the Real Red, so I'm going to be like using up my last few. Excuse me again. And then I also put just a little tiny piece of ribbon with a bow, or not a bow. I didn't do a bow. I just did, you know, the half knot. I always think that's so easy. And sometimes bows are a little bulky. So I just tie it in half. And right now, if you could see my desk, it is a mess. I need to clean my desk. I need to unpack everything. But today was my day to drop off grandkids, and Annabelle, my granddaughter, is in pre-K, but today is her STEM class, science, technology, and math. And it's at a little bit different time, and she gets out at 12:30. So it was like I was going to be like hustling to see what I could get done. Plus, I wanted to get a little laundry done so I could wash her blankie. She's a blankie girl, and she has her favorite, and it's a blankie that is really old. It used to be Christopher's blankie. And it's definitely, she'll be the last child, I think, that'll get to use it, because it's definitely seen better days. But I needed to wash it. It was like, it was bad. Anyway, okay. First card. Look at how easy that was. Okay. And if you wanted to stamp something on the inside, of course, you certainly could. But I kind of like it just like it is. And what would be really cute is, like, especially this embossing folder, because you do have that white space on the inside. You could emboss a piece and put it on the inside and then put a white piece to write on that would be in the middle. But I like it. I mean, it's simple, but still very pretty. Okay, first card. Now, let's move on. So this is from the, what is this pack called? The Christmas Tags and More Mix and Match set. So we used this last weekend in my holiday buffet card class. And this one has little ephemera pieces in the back too. And we might pull one of those out and add it to the inside of the card. I was just thinking about that. So we are using Real Red card base, again, 5.5 by 8.5. I have die cut a piece of basic white from the branching out dies. We have our inside piece that's 4 by 5.25, and I have a piece of designer series paper that's 4 by 5.25. And we are going to attach that right there, I think is how we're going to do this. I think we're going to keep it pretty much the same as what we just did, especially with this one. And we're going to stamp this one in Real Red. This time I'm going to be careful opening my pad so I don't let it slip on me and then I get ink everywhere again. So we're going to ink it up with Real Red. Again, easy, easy, easy. Now, when I did my holiday buffet card class, we used this stamp set, but we used it with the branching out dies. And oh, that card was so pretty. It was... I love the branching out set. If you don't have that bundle, it's well worth it. And it's not necessarily a... the dies do not coordinate with the stamp set, and the stamp set isn't holiday, but you could use it for holiday, depending on how you design. A little light right there, but I'm not going to worry about it. Let me get a drink of my tea. I talked so much at my class on Saturday, and then I had a team meeting on Monday where I talked even more, and then I had a class again yesterday. So I feel like I have felt fine. I haven't felt like I'm sick, but I just feel like my voice has decided that, I don't know, maybe it needs a break. Anyway, okay, let's go ahead and attach our designer series paper. And I could have used garden green, or I could have put another layer of garden green. I didn't even think about it until I had already cut and was ready to do this. But we'll just do it very simple. And again, we're going to pop this one up with dimensionals too. And I should have got out a package of big ones, but that's okay. And I probably put more dimensionals on than most people do, but as I always say, I don't like to have a saggy card. Okay. And I want to say this stamp set is only, maybe I shouldn't quote the price because I don't even know for sure. I want to say it's only $20, but it could be it could be $22, but I really think it's only like $20 plus shipping and tax, of course. And like I said, if you already have a whole bunch of like holiday designer series paper, just think of the different ways you could put some of these together. And as I'm standing here making this, I thought of a different fun fold I could have done that is easy peasy. That would work great with designer series paper and this stamp set. But it was just as I was putting all this together, I thought, oh, we could have done one with that. And then this would go right here. Again, I'm going to, because this is all the Real Red, let's just put a couple more. And like I said, I'm almost out of these, out of the small ones. One right there. And I think we will put a piece of ribbon right here. Also, just like we did on the first card. So it's easy peasy. Let's trim that up a little bit. And we'll just add a little glue dot. That's what I like to use when I'm adding ribbon. You can use glue. You can use pretty much anything. Glue just takes a little bit longer for it to dry. Sorry. All right. Card number 2. Now, this one, oh, did I cut a piece? I was going to add, we'll cut one. I was going to add a little strip for the inside. Oh, let me see. Maybe this one will fit. Oh, right there. We're just going to go with that one. And I'm going to leave it that width. Normally I like to trim them down a little bit, but I kind of like how that one's looking. Not sure why, but I do. I think that's the one that I've been struggling with that's almost empty. Most of the time I use Stampin' Seal Plus, but on smaller pieces I like to use the glue. It's just easier. And I know not everybody's a fan of the glue, but I kind of like it. It works in certain places, in certain areas, but I always tell everybody, use what your favorite is. Okay. Look at that. I mean, look how pretty that looks. I love it. I mean, I do. It's easy peasy simple, but I love how it turned out. Okay, one more. Now, this time we're going to stamp in Cherry Cobbler. Let me clean this. Not that it probably wouldn't have mattered, but we're gonna clean it anyway. Okay. Making sure I'm not getting ink all over everything. It's been known to happen. I've come out of the craft room. I've had ink on my sleeves. I've got ink all over my hands. Ink everywhere. Well, let's see if I can get this open. There we go. Okay, let's ink it up with our Cherry Cobbler. And stamp this on here. Pretty, pretty, pretty. And this time I brought in, gosh, what is this paper called? Elegant Pine Snowflake paper. So this is the paper that has like all these beautiful snowflakes, and it's got the rock salt designs on the back. It is just so pretty. But I picked one of the darker pieces. I don't know why. I think because I already had one that was cut pretty close to what I needed. And we are just going to attach this to this. Look at how great that looks. We're going to use a little bit different bling because this has Cherry Cobbler in it. This is the Faceted Snowflake gem. I think, hang on, because I think this is Cherry Cobbler. It is. So we may use a piece of this ribbon, even though it's got a little gold on it. We'll see how it looks. Okay, so let's attach this to our card front. Like I said, just think of the possibilities. I know sometimes we like to make the elaborate wow cards. But sometimes, especially this time of the year when we're making a lot of cards, I made that mistake once years ago. This was years and years and years ago, before I was even a demonstrator. Back when we used to send out a lot of cards for our business, we have an electrical contracting business, and I used to make all the cards for everybody we sent out to and to our customers, or most of our customers, repeat customers, I should say. And this was back when people mailed out a lot of cards. See, nowadays people don't mail out as many cards. The card I designed, and I must have had a brain fart and wasn't thinking about it, but I was making over 100 cards, and I embossed on them. Bad idea for that many. Nowadays, I don't quite do it like that, and I don't send out as many, and I don't make all the same card anymore. I kind of get bored making the same card for that many. So I tend to, one, hand out what I've already made, maybe in videos and classes and samples and things like that. So I don't design. Now, I do design some specifically for some things, but for the most part, I try to make sure I don't send out something that maybe you were in a class and made. If I'm sending, all my customers credit cards. Wouldn't that be nice if I was sending you all credit cards? Christmas cards. So I try to remember who was where. So I don't want to send you something you already learned how to make. I want to send you something new. So I do that at least. But yeah, it's... Now, how many Christmas cards do you all send out? Do you send out a lot still? Do you not send out very many anymore? It does seem like it's... Some people are sending out less and less. I mean, I want to say, family-wise, I probably only send out maybe a couple dozen to family and friends and that kind of thing. And time-wise, I usually try to send something in my monthly club boxes to them. I mean, I try to get it all out. We all know you run out of time. All of a sudden, before you know it, it's going to be December. I've already got 2 little scrap pieces here. I'm going to use them both. And I think I'm going to put these 2 going this way since they are long enough for that. So there's going to be our inside piece. Doesn't that look pretty? I mean, you don't even have to add anything else to it if you didn't want to. We're going to bling it up a little bit. You certainly wouldn't have to. Now, another little tip. When you're adding a strip, especially if it's across your bottom piece, if it is wider, you can just add adhesive to the sides and the bottom and not add adhesive along the top, and then you have a gift card holder. It is the easiest, simplest gift card holder you can ever make by just adding a strip of Designer Series paper. Oh well, I was trying to line it up, but I think I flipped it wrong, and I'm not going to worry about it. Okay, let's attach this to the inside. Can you believe it? These are like 5-minute cards. I don't know how long we've been on the video yet. I'll look, but easy peasy. And then now all I have left of these, oh man, I didn't realize that, is the bigger ones, but that's okay. This is the cherry cobbler. Let me see. I don't know if this is going to look good, only because it's got the gold on it, and I just don't feel like it's going to quite go with this paper. I don't even know what this coordinated with. Oh, actually, it's not bad. I'm going to go ahead and put it on. Looks better than I anticipated. Get that out of our way. Tighten that a little bit. And I'm going to put it right up there like I did with the other ones. And there we go. Look at that. Oh my gosh. Look at how many different ways. Just with the paper. Simple, simple, simple. All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining me today. And I hope you go out and get this stamp set if you don't have it, and look at the possibilities of how many different combinations you could make. You could emboss this folder or any embossing folder with reds, greens, blues. It really doesn't matter. And then just stamp accordingly that coordinates with it. So anyway, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day and a great weekend. And I will be back again soon. Bye, guys.